So I'm going to talk a little bit on how I modified this badge. If you look at the glove box trim, this is how it looks stock. It's got this Quattro badge inlaid here. On the back, when you pull it out, you'll see that I've cut this out so you can see this better. You can just sort of push out the Quattro badge. Again, there's usually only 3 holes here, and you have to cut them out with a Dremel to get at the actual badge. Yours will just have 3 holes. I cut it out for viewable, and then that's the actual Quattro badge, right? So the first thing I did was make replacements for that. This is my replacement. It's got the same 3 pins, and it's just a printed replacement with reflective or a chrome, sort of hard to focus on that, a chrome overlay that I had engraved. Anyways, now the next step is to take the plate off. You can see there's a plastic plate that it goes into. Again, this part's cut out by me. Normally it just has 3 holes, but you can see that you can cut this off by getting rid of these tabs here. So that's the next thing I'm going to do, is Dremel out those tabs so I can remove it. Now, as you can see, I've hit those little plastic tabs. Not really focusing well. I hit those plastic tabs with a Dremel, Dremeled them out. So now to remove it, just put a little screwdriver, flathead screwdrivers, pry tool, whatever, under the edge here and work it out. So once you finish prying it out, you're going to end up with this part, which used to be in there, and then this part, which gives you a nice clean, I'll clean this up a little bit, place to put in your new logo. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that up. Then I'm going to add a new backing, which I built, and because I'm backlighting it, it's see-through or semi-transparent, so it'll conduct the light, and it has the same 3-pin scenario, though my pins don't go all the way through, so that you can just lay it in there. So as you can see, now that those are dremeled out, I can slip this piece right in. I cleaned it up a little bit. There's a little bit of tolerance in this fit, so before I glue it in, I'm going to put in the old Quattro symbol, which will help me make sure that I have it aligned correctly. In order to do this, I did drill out the bottom parts of all the holes just to make sure that they're all drilled out and even. Alright, and now I'm going to glue it with some hot glue. Just a little hot glue on the tabs here. Probably move a little bit while I'm applying it. Doing this left-handed as I'm filming right-handed, so excuse me for some shakiness. Don't usually have such shaky hands. Alright, now while that dries, I'm just going to make sure it's all lined up correctly. And set down. Right place, so it all dries nicely. Okay, now once that's done, I should have my backing in and be ready to put my new badge in. Okay, glue should be dry. Now, if everything worked out correctly, my new badge, or the old one if I really, for some reason, wanted to put that back in, but obviously So it makes this smooth. Should fit right in. Nice. Just get that nice and flush. Now, hit that with a dab of hot glue in the back, just to keep it in, and we'll see how she looks. Alright, so this is how I prepared the back lighting here. I did it with an LED strip from Opta, because I have other LED strips in the system that work that way with the controller. Then I sort of cut it out with a Dremel. It's not the prettiest work ever. I sort of got it in there good with some moldable, black moldable glue. I use that stuff a lot for things. And then I use this to sort of keep the light from escaping from the bottom. Made this little lip here, same thing out of the black moldable glue. Now, granted, depending on how you're lighting it, you don't necessarily need to do this. This happens to be really bright, so as you can see, so if it wasn't so bright, I wouldn't need to really make that ledge. But since it is, and I want it to match the rest of the underlighting of the car, work with the same system, that's what I did. And then I'm just going to put, this should actually just close right over it, and since it's moldable and it's still fresh, we'll make any adjustments. I just push this in, and it's all fitting in nicely, so it looks good normally with the new badge. And if I turn on my lights, that's what I got. So it's a little escaping from the side, because again, it is bright, but I think at night that's going to look pretty good. I could probably minimize the escape from the side with a little more work if I wanted to. It's not too bad here at all. You can barely see it, so I'm happy with that. So again, it's a little bleeding because of the color. That's better, but that's how it looks.